Alex solos Taipei 101, I'll be excited to see him fulfill a life dream.
I've always looked at skyscrapers and thought about what it would be like to climb on them. And so I do feel really lucky to have the opportunity to actually climb one of the most inspiring buildings.
And look at the crowds here in Taipei, millions across the world and thousands here as we say hello. A dream delayed is not a dream denied. From the base of Taipei 101, I am Elle Duncan alongside who we're going to dub as Team Alex today, all right? We've got WWE superstar Seth freaking Rollins is in the building. An expert climber and close friend of Alex, Emily Harrington, is in the building. And we're going to couple because we are stacked. But most of us first learned Alex's name when he free soloed Yosemites El Capitan, which was immortalized in the Oscar-winning documentary Free Solo. A particular quest to free solo a skyscraper was the pathway around the world to Taipei, modern, mystified by the unmistakable presence of Taipei 101, and we are just minutes away from Alex starting in this day. You see Alex there live right now, feeling very at home by his van. If you watched Free Solo, you know he's lived in the van for 10 years. He's there with his beautiful wife, Sonny, and I asked Sonny just a few minutes ago, like, what do you say to Alex for a huge free soloing objective? And she said, you really have to protect his mental space. You have to be neutral, right? Like, if you're too down on it, are you sure? Are you okay? You can plant some sense of doubt. If you're too high, you can do this. That's not exactly what you want either. You don't want the adrenaline, all of that. She said you prefer to be tranquilo.
Tranquilo? Am I allowed to be high?
Absolutely.
Mine is high. I was working before we were on there. This is incredible. Like Alex said, what a building. We are live across the world. I can't wait.
Yeah. You've never watched your friend actually free solo before? How we do it? Welfare check on Emily.
I'm on a little bit of a roller coaster.
Okay.
I'd say I've got some nerves for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, you can understand why she's got nerves, right? Because here's your crash course on the beast known as Taipei 101.
Taipei 101 is one of the world's tallest buildings. It is huge. His three-stage route will pose many problems. First up, the slabs. 372 feet of sloped steel and glass. Next, 8 daunting bamboo boxes that sit on top of each other like a bamboo stalk, each with a strength-sapping overhang. 900 feet of straight-up vertical climb. The final and most dangerous stage of the entire climb, the tower. Made up of the overhangs, where his arm strength will be key. The rings, with very limited holds. And the spike, with a stomach-churning drop. This is the most dangerous section. Will a physically and mentally exhausted Alex make it to the summit? A small steel sphere. Will he rise to the challenge?
The goosebumps are goosebumping right now. Seth, you're kind of here representing like the world right now. You're like the everyman guy. You're a little bit confused. You're weirdly invested in a guy you don't know that much. How are you feeling to watch someone that you're a fan of do this live in person?
Yeah, you're right. I am the everyman, and the everyman is nervous. He is scared. He is excited. The goosebumps are goosebumping. I feel like I want to slap my arm like The Rock, man. I am feeling it, but I'm excited most of all. It feels like a lot of anticipation. The city is ready. We are ready to watch him get going.
Yeah, I think everybody feels that Alex has everything in control, right? That he's prepared, he's confident, but there are some external forces that are at play today. So I want to bring in the next member of our team, Mark Rober, former NASA engineer, YouTuber, and expert explainer of all things. Hey, Mark, what you watching?
Thanks, Elle. Yeah, I'm at the south entrance of the building here, where we're monitoring a number of different weather conditions to make sure it's safe for Alex to climb today. You know, the first, of course, is the rain. As everyone knows, we've already had to postpone once because of the weather. You can see a live weather radar right here. There's a big bank of rain off to the right. Now, currently in Taipei, we're dry, but we're in a microclimate here, so that can change at any moment. So we're keeping an eye on that. The second is the wind. I've got an anemometer here. We're looking at about 4 to 5 miles per hour here on the ground. But as you can imagine, the higher up you go, the worse that gets. And at some point, if it's just too windy, if it crosses a threshold, We've got to call it because it's not safe for Alex. And finally, believe it or not, we're monitoring earthquakes. So Taipei sits on the Ring of Fire. I mean, it's very seismically active. In fact, just this week, we felt 3 that are magnitude 4.0 above. You can see in the last month, there's been over a dozen to hit that mark. Now, having said all of that, when I worked at NASA and it was time for a rocket launch, it came down to a clear go, no-go decision. Now, as for the rain and the wind and the earthquakes, we're looking pretty good. So now it just comes down to the man himself. Alex has never free solo climbed in front of thousands of people, let alone millions watching online on Netflix. So as long as he's feeling confident, Elle, we are go for climb. Back to you.
Okay, it looks like we are a go for climb. Again, keeping it loose, keeping it chill, right? As Alex would say, Emily, as he talks there with Sonny, and we're getting ready. A little bit of a send-off from Sonny as well. She told me that the start of the climb is always the hardest part for her, right? Because she just doesn't know how it's going to go. She hasn't seen his rhythm. And here he goes. He's getting ready to go. He's going to make his walk over. Alex said his pre-climb ritual is not really a ritual, right? He's going to do a little bit of stretching. There's no hype music. There's no bravado, no big speeches. He feels ready. He sequenced everything in his mind. It's
I understand
legitimately
that. No, I understand that.
No, it's the opposite of wrestling.
It's not quite the opposite. There's the hug.
Yeah.
That's the
Sonny was
final
the
one.
hug, yeah.
He's on the way.
Absolutely.
It's not quite the opposite, but yeah, you got to center yourself. You got to be ready. This is everything that he's worked for. The moment is here. We are seconds away from him getting the shoes on and taking those first steps up the skyscraper. So you are locked in. You are focused. You are getting it ready.
It's so interesting too when you talk about focus. I was standing there, Emily, when Alex came out of the building and saw those thousands of people there, and he goes, "Wow. It's a different sort of thing for him today, right? Soloing is typically a very solitary sport, and now he's going to do this in front of thousands of people when concentration is key."
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a very solitary thing. He's definitely not used to this. There's a heli flying overhead right now. So it's pretty loud. But, I think Alex is the master of his own mind, and he's going to do a great job of just centering in and doing what he knows how to do.
So now that he's getting ready to take his first steps, you see him putting his chalk bag on. He's putting his shoes on, which, by the way, custom shoes to help him navigate the difference between a rock, right? Glass and steel in this case. But again, that's all he's going to have, you guys. Maybe a headphone. Maybe he'll listen to something.
Ooh, is he rocking out?
He loves to listen to his heavy metal, right?
Yeah, Tool.
Yeah,
Tool is
okay.
probably the
Shout out to
album
Maynard.
choice.
Yes, and he's also wearing a microphone, you guys. So not only will we be able to hear him during the entire course of the climb, we're hoping that should he progress through this climb, we'll get an opportunity to talk with Alex as well. Would you love to hear from Alex when he's on top of the building? Okay, incredible. And there he is again, Emily. He's looking up what's going through his mind right now. He's sort of processing this. Again, he's mapped this out. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He feels fully prepared for this. What's going through his mind right now?
Yeah, exactly. He's visualized this. He knows exactly what he's going to do, and he's just probably going through the motions of getting ready to climb, which is something that he's done thousands and thousands and thousands of times. So I think this is all new to him, but what he's doing right now is very familiar, and so he's just kind of getting into that space.
There's a ton of distractions. You're right. This is so different. This is one of the biggest things he's ever done in his entire life. And the streets are literally lined with human beings ready to see this happen. But the main thing's got to be the main thing. And the main thing for Alex is to get from the bottom of this skyscraper to the top in one piece, nothing getting in.
And before you ask the question, because you're probably doing it at home, no ropes, no parachutes, no net. This is a pass or fail challenge. And it's about to start right now.
You both start cold. All right. Okay. Have a good one. See you up there.
What?
team.
From what we understand, the first thing that he just did is one of the hardest parts of the climb, getting on the building.
Hope somebody's starting my timer for me.
This is incredible. I'm speechless. There's I didn't know what to expect coming in, but my heart is racing. How he's trying to calm himself down right now and focus with everybody watching, starting to go up this thing, and even just that we can hear in his microphone, you can hear the sound of the clinking on the steel, and that's making me a little nervous. You
see Sonny in the corner there watching. You know, Alex told me he's going to use this first part of the climb as a bit of a warm-up, but a reminder, he's already in the danger zone. He said this before, right? If you fall 100 feet or 1,000 feet, it's effectively the same outcome when you're free soloing. So he must be mistake-free from the outset right away to survive.
bit of a showman in him, huh? A bit of a showman in him. I think he's been hanging out with me too much.
I must admit, it does ease my nerves a bit to see that smile. So he's having a good time.
The crowd here in front of our stage are just now seeing him emerge from the trees, and they're reacting to watching him as he continues to make his historic climb of Taipei 101.
加油！
Emily, I asked him last night, I said, how do you know whether it's going to be successful right away? Because we famously saw him bail on one of his attempts on El Capitan during the free solo documentary. And he said, it's just this feeling. I sort of get up there. I know right away if it's going to be chill or not.
Yeah, I think Alex is quite good at being very decisive and sort of trusting his gut. He's got a ton of experience with it, more experience than anyone. And so, yeah, he...
Oh, well, wait a minute.
Oh.
There's people inside.
Are they in the building?
Yeah.
Anybody ever gonna start with music? Or are we chilling?
He's asking for the music to be played in his ear. He wants
Yeah.
the tool, Emily. He wants the tool.
He wants to be fired up. I like that. But yeah, they're in there filming him from the inside. I can't. This is incredible. He's already so high in the air. Like you can look, you can see him. You can see his red shirt stands out starkly against the sky in the building. And you can see him. He's so high. He's coming up on the first Rui here.
Yes. Now the Rui is the first major obstacle that he'll face. In Mandarin, Rui means as you wish. These are sort of cloud-shaped symbols of good luck in Taiwanese culture. There's two of them, and they're around 16 feet tall apiece. Alex told me the Rui isn't rock logic, right? It's an engineered shape, so his usual sort of instincts don't fully apply here. Let's watch and see how he tackles this.
We'll see.
My goodness. It's the perfect time, as we just showed that shot. That's Alex's friend, Brett Lowell. We have the most elite camera setup and camera crew. You see him there. He will be suspended the
That's Brett
entirety.
dangling.
That's Brett dangling the entirety of the climb. Alex, Emily is surrounded by friends, fellow climbers for the duration of this. There he goes. Soaking in the view. Alex soaking in the view right now atop the very first Rui. Again, there is another one But Emily, you said if he's playing to the crowd and waving, he is feeling it and he's feeling good.
Yeah, Alex is thriving right now. He's having his moment while all of us are. I'm still a little stressed,
Dude,
but I'm getting there.
Yes, I'm so stressed watching him like get up that Rui, tossing his feet up there. This is not normal.
Sure. Oh, wow.
Dude.
And there he is again. Emily, you say Alex is thriving. He's clearly having a great time. He is on his playground. But we just cannot underscore enough the danger here. There is no net, you guys. He's not wearing a parachute.
Yeah, this is super dangerous. This is super stressful for me to watch. Freestyling is not something that feels super comfortable to watch. And yeah, there's a very high consequence, obviously, and it is uncomfortable. There is a very human, visceral feeling that you get when you see someone that high off the ground.
Dude, can you see the people inside, Brett? The people in the windows. The people. So nervous.
Correct.
What a crazy scene.
Like that's scary to me. I can't. Is that distraction for him, Emily? Can you shut that out? Like, how does that, like a bird, like flying in on a mountainside? What is that like?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's super distracting for him. I think Alex has played out in his mind every possible scenario and sort of visualized exactly what this is going to be like, what this is going to feel like. Of course, he doesn't know exactly, but I get the feeling that he's very much in the flow and he feels very in control.
You see people taking these pictures through the window. I mean, that would be a really epic picture to post on social media. In fact,
that's right.
Can you do that for us? Hashtag Skyscraper Live. The world is watching. We're experiencing this together. The crowd is experiencing this alongside Alex. A reminder, you guys, Taipei 101 is a public building. Like, it's open. People are in their offices and they're just doing a little bit of work, and then they're just watching a man climb by the window, because real normal basic stuff.
This is not normal, El. This is not normal. Like, the higher he gets, the more freaked out it's making me. I was thinking it might be the opposite. I was thinking I might get more comfortable, but like I'm turning around and I'm seeing him. He's not even like a third away up this building, and it's the like danger is really hitting me hard right now.
Truly, he's still on what we're calling the slabs. He will, in just about 10 or 15 meters from now, face his second and last Rui. But then he still has the 8 bamboo boxes. He has the dragons. And then the climb, because it gets harder and harder, will end with the tower, which is strength sapping, where he will be absolutely worked. And we'll talk to him about all of that should he continue to ascend this climb.
Yeah, I think the important thing to remember is this lower part is actually the easiest part of the building. So he really is, he looks like he's flowing. He looks like he's moving really well. But it is kind of like the warm-up part of the building. The hardest part is above. You can see those bamboo boxes are slightly overhanging. That's going to increase fatigue. He's going to have to be moving really well, really efficiently. And it's definitely not over.
I love the warm-up. I warm up too, but my warm-up couldn't potentially kill me.
Yeah, I mean, he's right there. I mean, I'm so shocked at the visual of him from us sitting here looking up at him. I'm so shocked at the visual. It's jarring. The red shirt is really jarring.
His signature red shirt. But as he approaches this second and final Rui, you watched him on the first one. Emily, why specifically is this Rui, this ornament, such a challenge?
Well, it breaks up the flow, kind of like the repetitive movement that he's doing over the slabs. He has to pause here.
Look at that shot.
It's sticking out from the corner. Yeah. So you can see there, it's sticking out from the corner, and he has to get on top of it. And so he has to lean out, rely on his arms, throw his leg up.
Just put your other hand on the thing. Why is it's just one arm in it?
He's shaking his hands. He's resting a little bit. He's putting chalk on his hands. That's going to absorb the sweat. He's just going climbing.
Ooh, yeah, just going climbing.
Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Skyscraper Live. Alex Honnold Inarguably, I would say, the greatest free soloist in history attempting to do something that no
这
one
风也
else
太大了
ever
吧！
has. 1,700 feet, no ropes, up Taipei 101.
刚踩了一个没有落脚点的地方，哎，哇！
Good to know that these didn't ruin his opportunity to climb. I'm so sorry. You know what? This feels like a really good time to do an emotional welfare check. So let's get it back to Mark Rober, who's standing by with Sonny, Alex's wife.
Yeah, Sonny, I think, it's good to see Alex get off the ground here. You probably know him better than any human on the planet. What do you think's going through his mind right now?
I think he's probably really psyched. It's beautiful conditions. There's great energy here, and he's doing what he loves.
I mean, for my money, you are the second bravest person in Taiwan right now. How are you? I know you normally don't like to watch him free solo. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm breezy. No, I'm just trying to stay calm and be in the moment.
All right. Well, Sonny's feeling good. The crowd's feeling good. I'm sick to my stomach. Elle, back to you.
100%. I don't know how she's doing this. I think most of the world watched Free Solo and they were sick and they knew he completed it. And it was still so nerve-wracking and anxiety-inducing. But you look there at Sonny and the impact that she's had. Emily, people say that there was a before and after once Sonny came into his life. What changed?
Yeah, I mean, I think in any partnership, what you look for is that sort of person that's going to bring out the best in you. And I think in the case of Sonny and Alex, that's definitely what happened. Alex has a bit more empathy, a lot more empathy, I would say, than he did before. And, being a professional athlete, you're so focused on just doing your thing for so long. And then, once you have that partner, it changes things a bit. And she's been nothing but a very positive force in his life.
Yeah, he said that he thinks Sonny probably would prefer he take less risk, but alas, we find ourselves on the side of the building and he's just completed in the slabs the first two of the Rui. But he is coming up on something that will prove to be a huge obstacle. Enter the dragon. Like Taiwan's temples, Taipei 101 is guarded by dragons. Perched on the corner of each bamboo box, they pose a daunting challenge. 16 feet high, these steel features symbolically protect Taipei 101. 10 dragons, 10 big problems for Alex. And so there you go. You see that obstacle just ahead, the dragon. The dragon in Taiwanese culture.
Doing your thing for so long. And then, once you have that partner, it changes things a bit. And she's been nothing but a very positive force.
In Taiwanese culture, meant to protect. They're supposed to protect the building. Let's listen to what he's saying.
But it's totally crazy. This next one is a bunch of oversized kids standing in a window frame.
Wow.
I was going to give him a high five, but he won't high five. They're too busy taking pictures. Kids these days on their phones.
You're having so much fun listening to Alex.
Yeah, I mean, he could just do our jobs for us at this point. This is incredible.
Okay, I'm left around this dragon because I think that's what I was told.
这怎么爬？
Yeah, actually, no. I'm gonna stay right on this. I'm just gonna climb the part of the wall that clean the pigeon poop out of.
You're hearing Alex talk through how he's going to approach the first of these dragons.
什么东西啊？就爬旁边就好了。我操！ 皮划掉耳朵。我靠！
How many of those does he have to do?
Let's get 10 more of those.
Oh my
9
god.
more of those. 10 dragons. I mean, everyone collectively holding their breath. Alex,
What a day in Taipei.
can you
he
imagine?
says.
Can you imagine?
No, not in my wildest dreams. This is a nightmare for most people.
Emily, Alex has noted that the dragons look incredibly cool, but what's tricky about them?
Well, they're tricky because they're just a bit difficult to climb. It's not a repetitive movement over and over again. It takes some creativity. It takes some thought. You saw him kind of go out towards the edge of the feature, and it's super curved. There's no texture. He had to really kind of rely on his upper body strength in order to get up there. And yeah, they're just a bit more like real rock climbing versus like climbing these ladder type things that he had on the lower slabs. And now it's going to get a bit more real.
Why do you say that?
This is the start of the bamboo boxes, so it's a bit steeper. I actually saw the ledges that he's holding onto. See how he's pinching that feature between his thumb and his fingers? The pinch grip position can be a bit more tenuous. It can feel a bit more insecure. You can see him looking at his hands, wiping his hands off. The steepness, really. It's super exposed. You're less on feet. The ledges are a bit smaller than they were down below. So it all just ramps up a bit here.
It kind of looks like it's inverted, right? Too, like it's like you're not going straight up and down. You're like kind of going backwards a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean by overhanging.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yep, so it's more than vertical.
Again, we're checking in on Alex's current progress. If you're just joining us, Alex Honnold continuing his ascent of Taipei 101 live without ropes. The slabs are behind him. The ruies are conquered.
这
He
需要2
just
个小时吗？
took down the first dragon, and now, as you mentioned, Emily, 8 stacked
现在
sections,
18分
each over
30秒。
100 feet tall. It's called the bamboo boxes, each leaning at a 7-degree overhang, more than 900 feet. And if, of course, he gets past that, the tower still waits above him, and that's where the climb gets particularly brutal. And we know that Alex has talked about always wanting to free solo a skyscraper, but typically he finds himself on more natural form. So let's bring in Mark Rober, who's going to science explain for us all day and has much more on the difference between skyscraper and rock.
Yeah, Elle, I'm at the base of Taipei 101 right here, and I think this is a good time to point out the difference between
哇
bouldering
塞，这
and
是
buildering.
斜
So
的。
the key to any climb is you need friction, right? If you don't have friction, you slip, you fall, bad things happen. And now, lucky for Alex, like, that's built into our human physiology. That's what fingerprints are about. They kind of allow for that grip. On top of that, the squishy parts of your fingers get into like the nooks and crannies on the rock, which gives you good traction. So for a building, however, we're talking steel, we're talking glass. You don't have, the fingers can't get in to any nooks and crannies here. So that means Alex has to grip a lot harder to get that same level of friction. So just as he goes up, that's just going to be something he's going to have to manage, because he's going to have to be grabbing a lot harder than you would typically if you were climbing outdoors.
Basically, what I'm
Think
taking
so,
away from that is that
appreciate it.
rock grips back, right? But steel and glass do not.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And this is actually a good time to point out something else I talked with Alex last night. It's a question probably a lot of people at home are wondering, just like, why doesn't he just have a parachute, right, as like a safety precaution? And he said the problem is there's so many outcroppings and incroppings here. Also, like the wind is not really predictable near the edge of the building, so it'd only be effective for like 15% of the climb. And at that point, the risk outweighs the reward. So instead, he's just relying on skill, experience, and just a metric butt ton of intestinal fortitude.
I love that. A butt ton of mental fortitude. 100%. Thank you, Mark. Again, Mark Rober is our rover all day. He'll also be joined with Sonny. He's going to head up to the observation deck. But Emily, we mentioned the bamboo boxes, which is the majority of this climb. What is so unusual about the stretch that Alex is about to endure?
Yeah, the bamboo boxes are the most difficult part of the climb, and it's pretty unusual with a rock climb to have the majority, so the bulk of the climb, be the most difficult part. And what it means for this building and for Alex is that it's really an endurance challenge. So he's doing the same move over and over again, similar hand positions. It's a bit steep. He's going to build up some fatigue, and yeah, he's just going to have to manage that along the way.
If you are just joining us, welcome to Skyscraper Live. You are watching Alex Honnold free solo Taipei 101, no ropes and no harnesses. And again, this climb continues to get harder by the minute. And in case you're wondering, exactly, despite what you're looking at right now, Alex is not fearless. He's deliberate and he's prepared. But fatherhood adds a different layer to that calculation.
Wow. 哇，
Definitely
他
people
老婆和他小孩。
question soloing now that he's a dad. It's fair. And I think Alex does think about things differently now that he's a dad.
这是他老婆的声音，
Yeah, life as a father is great.
还有他小孩。
Yeah, I don't know if you need more pillows, dude. You know, life as a father is tiring. People often ask me questions if my risk taking has changed since I've had kids. My go-to answer is that I didn't want to die in the mountains before I had kids. I still don't want to die now that we have kids.
Alex going out soloing is Alex demonstrating that like we all have some innate desires within us. And look what is possible if you follow that desire. And not only do I think that's important for my kids to see, I think that's important for the world to see.
I just want my kids to see me training for goals that I have, to see that with a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, that you can accomplish those kinds of goals.
I mean, like all relationships, it just comes down to trust. I trust him and I trust his decision-making process. And do accidents happen? Yes. But that's true no matter what we do in life. Like at the end of the day, I just have to trust him.
It's so interesting because I think one of the themes that keeps coming up is, well, but Alex, now that you have children, right? Like how irresponsible to do something like this. You know him and you know what drives and motivates him. And how have you seen a change in Alex since he became a dad?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you have children, any of us, Alex included, you're no longer solely focused on yourself and your own goals. So you really have to split your attention and your energy. And Alex is no different. I mean, we sort of reminisce about the days when we could go to Yosemite and we could only focus on climbing on El Cap. And life was really simple. And it was really easy in a way. And now we're a bit more tired. And our energy is split, and we've got to give attention to something else and prioritize something else. And he has absolutely had to do that. But that doesn't mean that you stop doing what you love. Sure. It doesn't mean that you stop having passions. It doesn't mean that you stop pushing yourself, because that also is important to show your children.
There's an incredible balance that you have to find. I think, in that package, Alex mentioned, like, I didn't want to die before I had kids. I don't want to die when you have, but you don't want to die like extra when you have kids. There's something about wanting to be there for your children, to watch them grow up, to be there for them. So there's this extra sense of responsibility that you get. And when you have a passion and you have something like this that you're just drawn to, you have to find that balance between, I need to be myself, I need to show my kids what it is to be human and what it is to pursue a passion, but I also need to figure out how do I balance that with the responsibility of being a father that needs to be there and a husband that needs to be there for their lives.
Yeah, he definitely acknowledged that since becoming a father, right, he has a lot more to live for, and that he obviously can't go away and take some of these bigger objectives, but that ultimately he knows that he's prepared and that he's mastered what he does and that he wants to be able to do that. By the way, I think the most relatable thing that Alex just said, despite what he's doing right now, is that parenting is exhausting. I'm like, thank you. Hello. Again, if you're just joining us here, hashtag Skyscraper Live. We would love to hear from you on social media as the world watching Alex Honnold attempts to free solo climb. That means no ropes, no harness, no nets, no parachutes. Taipei 101, which is nearly 1,700 feet. And so we want to introduce you as he makes his way up through the bamboo boxes and is closing in on another dragon to the final member of our team today. It's Pete Woods, who's a seasoned competitive climber, coach, commentator. We're checking in with Pete as Alex tackles some of the more difficult obstacles in front of him. What have you seen from Alex so far, Pete, as he makes his way towards another dragon?
Well, I've seen what I was expecting, which is some variance in the repetitive movement. So we've talked about how he's doing the same kind of movement over and over. It's 2 small windows, 1 big window. The big windows, you see smears twice. But you're also seeing him get little sneaky heel hooks to kind of take some of the weight off his arms, helps him lean back. And also you're seeing him vary his grip pattern a little bit. He's squeezing, but he's also then leaning to the side around that corner and the arete. And look for, in the corners, he'll grab right in that corner, start pulling down. So all of these things out, they're going to allow him to not overstress the small muscle groups in your forearm. They're going to let him not overgrip. They're going to help fight off some of that fatigue.
Pete, gotta ask you, Seth Rollins here. What's a smear? What's a smear?
I was thinking bagel?
Yeah, you gotta explain that for me.
It's similar. It's similar to the bagel smear. So you imagine that normally when you're climbing, you're pushing down. You're looking for something resistance to push back up on your feet. When you're smearing, you're pushing flat against a flat surface. So what you're doing is turning that directional force, pushing straight in, and then using the friction of the shoe rubber to give you some upward momentum. So he's smearing on the sides of that panel, and then he's using that sort of hip mobility to push him upwards. It seems counterintuitive, but you can push straight in, and then you can go up.
I asked Alex to kind of give me the big picture of this particular section of the building. He said it's 2 easy moves and then a hard movie. 2 easy moves and a hard move.
Yes, sir.
He's making it look like light work.
Oh, man.
He's completed 3 dragons. Again, if you're keeping track, there are 10 in total, so 7 more to go. And again, this building is 101 floors.
Yeah, the next one. Yeah.
This climb continues to it's 101 floors, but then he's got the tower with the overhangs, the rings, and the spire. I think he's floating, maybe going shirtless for the rest of the climb.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's respect. He should do that.
It's the showman in him.
You get a good tan up there, I swear.
He's been hanging out with you far too long.
I love it.
You may be at home wondering, how do you prepare to climb one of the tallest buildings on Earth with no ropes? Well, the answer is you start long before today. Alex has been climbing Taipei 101 for years in his mind.
When I visualize a climb like Taipei 101, I'm thinking about what it'll feel like. And that's kind of the whole point of doing the visualization, is to experience those emotions ahead of time so that I don't experience them while I'm doing the climb. And it's this mental preparation that informs my physical training. A lot of my training for Taipei 101 is different than rock climbing. It's more around simulating the feeling in my body, which is sort of deep fatigue. I have to be able to do a 1,600 feet of vertical climbing kind of quickly. On Type 101, you're basically grabbing the same holds almost the whole way up the building. These big metal box pinches. You're kind of like, yeah, moving that hard, but after 300 reps, it starts to feel pretty hard. So I do hundreds of reps a day, building up my strength. Pull-ups, push-ups, core work, stretching, endurance training. Get worked. Because the idea is to feel that kind of ache through your whole body that I will experience on the building. And that's ultimately what I need to feel prepared for. But preparation is one thing, and you can practice something and it feels a certain way. But when you do something you've never done before, you never totally know that you're ready. And that fear is always there.
Again, so much repetition baked in. He'll essentially do the same sequence 92 times, 20 lower, 72 upper. It's over and over and over. He said it's less tricky technically to climb a building, but it's more physically demanding. And he is making his way up through the bamboo boxes. He is rolling. So I think it's a perfect time. We're going to keep doing welfare checks with Sonny, his wife, and Mark is standing by with Sonny right now as Alex continues his historic ascent.
Yes. Is it with Sonny? Yeah. So I'm up here. We're on the about halfway up of the 60th floor. Alex will be coming up here soon, and we're just kind of monitoring. At any moment, he might come up. I'm here with Sonny as well. Sonny, how are we feeling?
I'm doing okay.
You look like you're doing pretty good. I'm kind of impressed, actually. You're holding it together
I'm
well.
holding it together. It's like the sun's coming out, and I'm just like, oh, now he's getting warm. He should have worn shorts. I don't know. That's where my head's at. But I'm doing okay. I'm psyched for him. I want him to slow down.
Yeah, I do feel like he's kind of ahead of pace. He's an overachiever.
Yeah.
What do you get with someone like this?
Dang it.
Okay, well, we're going to keep an eye. He should be up here soon, and it's going to be an incredible angle for us to see
dude in there just taking
right side
pictures of you
outside
instead of
the
me.
glass here, 1,000 feet up in the air. It's just going to be mind-blowing, and we'll see the angle here from this camera.
All right, thank you so much. It's interesting, Sonny saying, I'm doing okay. Emily, you're taking a lot of deep breaths. I mean, I'm watching you in real time.
Yeah, I mean,
Hold your breath a little bit. Yeah.
This is crazy. People don't usually watch free soloing, so this is the first of its kind. And I think for those of us who know Alex and understand climbing, in a way, it can be even more like anxiety-inducing. So, I'm taking some deep breaths.
What makes Alex's approach to climbing so endearing to you, though?
Alex loves climbing in all its forms, not just free soloing. And I think what's special about Alex is he truly loves it. He truly wants to do it. And he's so optimistic about everything. Climbing with Alex is just one of the most fun experiences ever because he sees the best outcome in everything. And he's just having fun. He just wants everyone around him to have fun. He's always got a positive attitude, and it is endearing, and it is wholesome. He's like a wholesome person for as extreme as he is on the other side.
Yeah.
And again, you are watching Alex Honnold attempt what I believe. I'm literally looking up at the building trying to track him. He's coming up on his fourth dragon.
这往旁边走也太难了吧！
say hey, Al?
Ooh.
Wow.
Every time he gets to the top of one of those dragons.
There he goes.
Yes.
Alex, can you hear Elle? You got me, Alex? Can you hear Elle?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I can see you.
You can see us.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's fun.
I can see you too. So Alex, what you up to?
I'm just climbing the mountain.
Climbing a building. You know, Alex, how's the view up there?
The view is amazing. I'm trying to clean my shoes off so it's not too slippy.
Alex, Seth Rollins here. What is it like having all of these people watch you do this, dude?
Honestly, it's pretty surreal to have everywhere I look, I see people watching. I suppose you're probably used to this kind of thing, but for me, this is a first.
Truly.
Alex, this is incredible.
I know that you planned, you trained, that you would be, physically exhausted through this. You talked about that. How is the reality matching expectation for you so far in this climb?
No, I'd say I am actually pretty pumped. It is tiring, but honestly, it's way more fun. You start, you're kind of nervous, but when you actually start climbing, you're like, oh, this is amazing. I mean, look at the day. It's so beautiful. It's like, look at Taipei. It's so cool.
Yeah,
I suppose you can't see it, but the view up here is incredible.
Yeah, well, we can see it a little bit from the comfort of the ground. Thanks to our helicopter and all of our views. But look at that, just an absolutely stunning shot.
That's amazing.
Can you just take a step back? You're making me nervous, man. Can you just
Oh yeah.
Can you just sit? Yeah.
I'll go ahead and get back on the building. Start just holding on.
You're freaking me out.
All right, see you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna keep.
All right,
Yeah.
to the crowd. Can we try and see if we can say something to Alex to see if he can hear us all the way from the 50th floor? In Mandarin, can we say cheers? Can we do that on the count of 3? Let's see if he can hear us. 1, 2, 3.
So cool. All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely incredible. Again, if you're just joining us, Alex Honnold, he's making this seem so fun and easy, and he's so joyful. And I know that was really important to him, Emily. Like, he wanted people, like the dread and all of those things. He wanted people to enjoy watching him enjoy this climb. But ultimately, this is still so incredibly scary.
I'm supposed to do center on this one, right?
Yes.
Am I doing center?
It is very scary.
Anybody know?
It's scary for all of us. I think it's very easy to kind of put yourself in Alex's position, which is pretty unique for a sport that most of us have never experienced, but a lot of us know what it feels like to stand over exposure. So I think the visceral human reaction is to kind of like your stomach flips. You feel the height, you feel the terror in a way, and you feel the consequences. I think the important thing to kind of differentiate here is the risk versus consequences. Only Alex really knows what level of risk he's taking because he's the one who's prepared. He's the one who's kind of dedicated his entire life to this craft. And so I think for him, this truly is kind of a display of his mastery. And yeah, he's having a good time.
His positivity is a marvel to me. It's really something incredible, and it's something that you just have to have, I think, as an elite athlete to reach the level of success that you want. When you are trying to do something that no other human being has ever done in the history of our species, you've got to have that positivity, the ability to lift up other people around you so that they can help lift you up. He's really a marvel, man.
And again, ahead is the most challenging part of this climb as he's making his way up the bamboo boxes, 900 feet of these. But we're coming up on the tower, and that's made up of 3 of the hardest obstacles, as we are, of course, live right now across the world watching Alex Honnold attempt the unthinkable. He's free soloing Taipei 101 with no ropes. When I asked him, why this building, Alex, he said, have you seen it? He said he loves something singular that stands out from the landscape. It's simple, it's cool, and honestly, judging by all of the energy in Taipei from the amazing people here, the city agrees. In fact, earlier this week, the tower lit up with a message that the whole world's been echoing, "Go Alex." There was multiple buildings last night. Everywhere we looked, it was "Go Alex, go Alex." He's been bombarded with nothing but love from the fans here.
Go
the man
Alex.
cannot walk anywhere without people wanting to take pictures with him and talk to him. And here before the climb, our crew and team were honored to take part in a traditional blessing. Offerings were made for balance, protection, and safe passage. We want all of those things. And if you take a look at the streets right now, you're going to see road closures everywhere. There's obviously an enormous crowd. Alex keeps waving to them, but they're back from the base, and that is very intentional. There's over a 3-acre exclusion zone around the tower. We want to keep everybody safe because you don't have to be Mark Rober to know that something even the size of a penny from that height can be dangerous and even fatal. So we want to protect everybody as we're in the shadow of Taipei 101, about as close as we are allowed to get from here at the base. But I mentioned it earlier. We got cameras on every ledge, every crevice. We have basically hacked the best view in the city to bring you this historic attempt. And look, I've been up there today, but there is a reason that most of us do not want to be. Mark, can you explain why our brains start protesting the higher that we go?
I'm up here 1,200 feet in the air on the 90th floor, gaining a newfound respect for what Alex is going through, because this view, I can attest, is absolutely terrifying. From an evolutionary standpoint, the fact that it's terrifying for me is actually a feature and not a bug, because the humans who weren't afraid of heights, who played near the cliffs, well, they never lived long enough to become anyone's ancestors. Our ancestors, however, were fraidy cats. They didn't play near the cliffs because they were afraid of heights. That meant at some point they were old enough to have babies, and they passed on those fraidy cat genes to us. So we're afraid of heights. But there's actually something else that goes on up here when you're up here, and that's you lose your motion parallax. Now, motion parallax, you can actually try this at home. If you close one eye and just move your head left to right, what you'll notice is that something that's closer moves more, something that's farther away moves less. And so when you're up here and you look over the edge, everything is so far away. When Alex looks down, when he moves his head left and right, there's no motion parallax. So your brain is like missing that feedback loop. And it's just like, this doesn't feel good. It actually makes you feel woozy. And I can confirm up here, 1,200 feet in the air, when I move my head back and forth, it actually does make you very woozy.
Yeah, I wish I could come up with a more eloquent word for it. I went up there a couple of days ago, and we're going to see what I attempted to do. The word I could think of is like pukey. Like, I know that's not particularly eloquent. And you talked about, even from the top rope.
Yeah, look, it's one of those things. I've been in a wrestling ring. I've climbed ladders. I've climbed steel cages. And when you're looking up at it, you go, oh, that's not so bad. But then you start to climb. Oof. Then you start to climb, you get up there and you look down and everything changes. And you're like, all right, get me down. I mean, we're 5 feet on a stage here. I'm looking down at these fine folks down here. There he is. There it is. Deep breath. Deep breath. Every time he gets to the top of the dragon, I get fired up.
I know.
I get so, it's like, oh, I can take a breath, right?
Emily, I mean, you're a champion climber. Do you ever like look down and go, oh my God?
Oh, no.
Oh, all the time. Yeah. I do have a fear of exposure. And if I haven't been high off the ground in a significant period of time, it takes a bit of re-entry. And for me, it's like just the feeling of all the air under my feet is what is most intimidating. And so for me, it takes a while to kind of get back into the groove of being high off the ground, sort of reintroduce my system to it.
Alex is absolutely rolling, making his way through the bamboo boxes, which Emily told us is unique because typically the crux, which is the typical part of the climb, is not the majority of the climb like it is here. But he's making his way up to the 60th floor. And in Taiwanese culture...
Stay left or center? Yeah,
left. He's even doing blocking for the cameras. This man knows TV.
He gets it.
In Taiwanese culture, 60 is about renewal. And on the 60th floor, waiting for Alex, are Mark and Sonny right now. Let's check in with them. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, all left now. Oh, I see.
员工自己在101里面对着 Alex 笑。Alex 的员工挑眉毛，蛮好笑的这个画面。现在 Netflix 画面是从101里面往外面拍。
Just absolutely incredible images of Taipei 101 and the perspective of Alex climbing on it right now from one of our helicopter views. You hear that? He said it's only getting better and better. He just passed his wife, Sonny, who said she had never watched him free solo something of this scale before. She was very nervous to watch him do it. She gets a nice little smile as he goes by and a big, deep sigh as he makes his way up the bamboo boxes.
I mean, that's got to be incredible. I mean, to be able to have her here and to see her face on the way up, that's got to just, I mean, that's got to, I mean, she's shaking, she's nervous, but that's got to just reinvigorate him, like to push him to the next level. I know having my wife at my side,
The great Becky Lynch, by the way, if you don't
the
know.
greatest of all time, when we're there for each other, I mean, that support is, that you cannot put it into words what that means.
Yeah, I mean, I know Alex is a hero, but I think Sonny might be the true hero right now.
Truly.
That's got to be so stressful.
No fear that sort of looking over and seeing Sonny's face would distract him in any way as he's really trying to concentrate?
No, I don't think so. I think he's too in his mode. He's too in his groove. I mean, this climb, of course, it's not trivial, but he is so well prepared for it, and he really just kind of is in the flow right now.
Well, I felt like maybe I was going to be in the flow when they asked me would I like to attempt to do something that Alex will be doing on this building. I decided, why not? For sure, you should dangle me 90 floors up while I attempt to do the bamboo boxes. And you know what I did?
Ooh, what'd you do?
I failed hard.
We're well over 1,000 feet up here.
Oh my God. Okay. Yep. No, I'm good. I'm doing really, really good. So we're good. All right, let's do it.
You ready to go over the edge?
Let's do it.
Down you go. Now, in a minute, we're going to try climbing the dragon.
I don't even know how.
那他们Netflix 画面是
Nice. That's it.
So slippery.
里面的工作人员拉着安全绳，然后试爬 Alex
Left hand on your left.
中间爬过的花节的部分。
Yeah, good. There we go. You're on it. What Alex does here, he gets a hand out, his left hand on that edge.
Close, Brett.
Oh.
他失败了。
Nice.
Well, I'm exhausted.
Nice out. Oh, almost. Do you want a hand?
Thank you. Oh, God.
Nice. Really good.
That was really easy. I think most importantly, I hope that I've inspired Alex that he can do this. I hope I showed him that there is a way to. I'm gonna get off the ledge.
Oh my God. By the way, the incredibly patient and supportive man that I was chatting with there is Waldo Etherington. Hands down, one of the best rigger in the world. Riggers make sure that equipment, people, etc. are safe when they're secure with the ropes. And I felt safe.
You almost had it. You were almost there.
It was raining, Seth. To my credit.
Yeah,
Emily,
yeah,
I don't claim to know how to climb, but it was raining and it was slippery and my hands were absolutely worked. What could I have done in that moment to give myself a little relief?
Yeah, the rain certainly didn't help you there.
Thank you.
Don't give her an out. Don't give her an out. Come on now.
But no, there are things that climbers do, tactics that we use in order to sort of conserve energy, in order to manage what we call pump. That's what Alex referred to a little bit ago. Standing on your feet more, so your legs are stronger than your arms, they tend to be. And so when you can get your hips into the wall, really standing on your feet, shaking out. You see Alex doing it every once in a while. He's shaking in his arms. He's getting the blood flow back in there. And breathing. Breathing is maybe one of the most important things. We often forget to breathe when we're in situations of stress.
Did it? He's taken down another of the dragons. One more down. In fact, I want to check back in with Pete Woods, our play-by-play. We mentioned Emily, sort of talking about some of the signs of slowing down. Are you seeing anything from Alex that's showing physically he's starting to slow down a bit?
I mean, I'm seeing it a little bit, Al. He's the pace that he had at the beginning was definitely, getting through it, getting into that rhythm. And now I think he's just getting a little bit more measured. He wants to conserve that energy. Emily talked about breathing earlier. So you can hear him breathing. You can see him taking very, very specific movements. But you also see the muscles and the veins in his forearm starting to really show. And that's when you start to tell that you're getting a little bit pumped. You see him when he wipes his hands. He stretches a little bit, but right here, this little heel hook, this little heel caught on the side, even those little things are helping him conserve energy.
就成功了。
This is wild, guys. I mean,
Netflix 里面有一个一人道
I mean, I'm looking up here from the desk, and I've nearly, I can't see him anymore.
Sure.
That's where we're at this point. And, when you're so good at something the way Alex is, and you're so confident and you're so prepared, you make the impossible look possible. And you make something that is extremely difficult and extremely dangerous look so easy. But I'm telling you, every single time he gets to the top of one of these dragons, my heart rate slows down a little bit, because I feel like there's an element there where, he's safe. And the second he takes off and the higher he gets as he gets closer to that tower, I mean, this is terrifying. This is everything's on the table here. There's no room for error.
Emily,
James,
you famously
I lost music and don't have comms or anything. It's just which is fine if that's part of the plan.
然后边爬还要边讲话。
So my earpiece is dead.
You see, even stuff like that, that's terrifying. I've lost comms, my music's gone. Does that mess up your flow? As he gets higher and those things start to come into play, the danger level just keeps growing and growing and growing.
他爬的这个是倒数第
We're
三
actually,
个。
Emily, monitoring his heart rate. We talked at the beginning of this time. Everything is about being tranquilo, calm, relaxed, and his heart rate is actually climbing a bit as he continues to climb right now.
Yeah, I would expect it to. I mean, he is climbing a 1,600 foot tall building, and it is quite physical. And as I said, the climbing is not easy. It's not easy by anyone's standards. So of course he's in a rhythm. He's in a mode. His heart rate is probably escalating because he's doing something very physical.
You're a champion climber, and for those of you that don't know, Emily, quite famously, became the first woman to free climb El Capitan in less than 24 hours. The Golden Gate route in less than 24 hours. So you understand trailblazing, pushing the boundaries; those things are in your DNA. Would you do this?
Absolutely not. No chance.
Why?
Free soloing is a very unique sport. It's something that not everyone is drawn to. I'm not drawn to it. I do not want to feel that afraid. I do not want to have to work through that. I love rock climbing, but yeah, it's just not something that I'm drawn to.
What's the appeal for Alex then? What is it? What is it that draws him? Because there's just not that many people.
With me.
There's not that many people that want to do something like this, and especially at this level.
Yeah, I think it is actually a bit hard to understand. But I have heard him say before he likes being in places that nobody's ever been in before. He likes being up high. I think there's an ultimate presence to free soloing that you don't get anywhere else in any type of life, except when you put everything on the line. And so just sort of being in that movement flow state and being super present where literally nothing else matters except for what's in front of you and the move that you're executing. I think that might be a part of it. I think that can feel pretty empowering.
哇，底下人超
Starting to
多
get more windy up there, guys.
Yeah, it is. It's because he's reaching the top of
就
bamboo
从上面往
box
下
number
爬。
8. That would be the final of the bamboo boxes. 10 dragons, 8 bamboo boxes. In fact, you mentioned some of the movement that he's doing. Let's check back in with Pete Woods, our play-by-play. What are you seeing, Pete?
I'm interested in the way he keeps tackling the dragons. They're slightly different when he comes at it from underneath or from the left or from the right. The traverse in gives him a little bit of balance when he's stemming across from the dragon to the window ledge, but also the traverse across the window ledge. Now it's a much smaller platform that he's working through, and he doesn't have any of that transitional pulling. So he's sort of trying to pull down on a very slippery surface. Right here, he gets a bit of relief, but he also doesn't spend very long here. And now I'm going to say we've seen it on every one so far. He turns the corner on the rounded part of this dragon with this little hop move. My heart stops every time.
Same, brother.
Famously, climbers, we like flat surfaces to stand on, and the dragons are curved. So you're also going to notice he's standing in the center as much as possible, but at the very beginning, he does stem across. He smears a bit, Seth. He smears in that curve, and that also would be a bit unnerving. Your feet don't really feel like they're underneath you at that point just because of the angle change.
Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Skyscraper Live, the great Alex Honnold attempting to ascend 1,700 feet up Taipei 101. The largest urban climb in history. If he should complete it without ropes.
那个画面用跳的。
It makes me just pause.
Man.
Just get on top of it. Come on.
Does it still count if I grab your ankles?
Nice 啊，再2节。
Still to come on this climb. He's going to take a bit of a break.
I'm going to try to clean my shoes and my fingers, though.
休息一下吧。
What's he doing here, Emily? He's going to clean his shoes and his fingers.
Yeah, he's going to clean his shoes and his fingers because we were up on the building when we did the building tour, and he was telling us it's actually quite dirty. There's a bit of like grease, and that can build up on the shoes and the hands, and you really do want your hands and feet to be very clean.
I'm just cleaning my shoes.
然后坐下来休息一下啊。哦，擦鞋子啊。 哇，他笑得好开心啊！
Alex taking a bit of a respite, a siesta, if you will. Clean his shoes, get his fingers ready. You mentioned that it's dirty. This building, very famously for New Year's, has this huge fireworks display. They explain that some of that residual could potentially still be on the building. As he continues to make his ascent, still ahead is the tower.
Yeah, my headset's dead. Should I swap it or do anything?
The tower comprises of the overhangs, the rings, and the spire. We'll walk you through those as we get closer. You see the signs there in the building.
哇，这一层太多人拿那个
Alex
板子
Solo 101.
了。
There are a lot of very psyched Googlers. Yeah, I can hear them. Can they hear me? I can hear James again. Can they hear me? Yeah, okay. The Google floor
然后
is
他
so
停在这
psyched.
边看一下板子啊。
It's not just the Google floor, Alex. Everybody is psyched. In fact, this is the perfect city for Alex's historic climb because the moment that he arrived in Taiwan, the fans came out in droves.
James, you guys want to put my tunes back on?
现在画面是他
Fear is an
爬
ever-present part of climbing,
酋长岩的时候。
particularly with free soloing, climbing without a rope. If you fall, you're gonna die. It's obviously that's scary. Free soloing is one of the most dangerous sports in the world. Very few elite climbers are willing to risk everything to climb without ropes.
他爬各种山。
No, of course. Magnus is a really good climber. He'll be fine if he can just get past the scariness.
I don't recommend anyone else trying this. Don't try this at home.
I definitely experienced moments of real fear while soloing, but I've gotten much better at managing fear because, I've just gotten scared so much. I mean, the best way to handle those kinds of scary moments is to think rationally about the situation you're in, try to take some deep breaths, compose yourself, and try to make the best decisions.
是他更年轻的时候。
And when it goes right, it's probably the best feeling that I experience in climbing. I mean, it's probably the best feeling that I experience in life.
Seth, when people found out that I was going to be doing this project, there was like 3 words that kept coming up. Is he crazy?
The answer is yes.
Wait,
Yeah, is
but is it? I mean, Emily, listen,
Yeah.
like, is he crazy? He's an adrenaline junkie. He's got a death wish. He's broke. He's built wrong. His brain is broken. What don't people understand about
let
him?
me put an epilogue on that. He is crazy, but I get it. Like, I get it. I understand the desire to want to do something that no one else has ever done. So I understand that drive. There's something in him that pushes him to be greater, to do something different, to make your mark on history. So yes, he's crazy. I mean, look, you look at him. He's so high up there. You can't even see him from down here. But I get it, Em. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah, I think you put it perfectly. I think one of the most misunderstood things about free soloing and probably about climbing in general is that sort of adrenaline piece.
Says aim high and find a way.
Aim high and find a way.
I will do my best.
That's it, baby. That's it. I get that.
I don't think when you're feeling adrenaline and you're free soloing, something has generally gone wrong. It's such a long process. He's been on the wall for an hour now. You can't have adrenaline that whole time. That means that something's gone wrong. It's about being calm. It's about moving with flow. It's about mastering your craft, and that's exactly what he's doing. And yes, Alex feels fear. He does. He understands how to manage it, as he said, and it's a process, and it takes decades of preparation and training to get to this point.
In particular, when you're starting to wear down and when you're tired, when you have to push through. Seth, you certainly know that. Again, it's the repetition here. Over and over and over, doing the same move over and over. And that can find you in a really precarious situation where you have to sort of mentally push through.
And that is extremely difficult. But the thing is, you prepare for the suffering. You prepare for that, and in some ways you embrace that pain. Like, you know what to expect. He's trained countless hours on the wall in the gym to feel the way he's going to feel right now as he's approaching the very top of this tower. He understands what that feels like, and in some ways, when it comes, it's like a welcome warm blanket. Now, here we are. Now we're at the point where I've trained for this. I know I can push myself past this. And on the other side of this crazy, insane feeling is greatness, is something that nobody's ever done.
Little girl climbing like right in front of me in the window.
I definitely had some preconceived notions, right? But I'm watching him do this. He's a wildly sensible person.
哇塞！哇，又是用跳的，我的天！
There's the bark.
The bark is back,
There's
baby.
the bark.
And he gets up there, it's so nice. It's a nice feeling.
他再爬一节就成功
And
了。
Alex making his way up the bamboo boxes, taking a bit of a break.
现在1
Still
小
ahead is
时
the
5 分
tower
钟
with the overhangs, the rings, and then the spire.
So how many dragons does he have left?
Just one, right?
Just one.
Yeah.
So the crux, as you said, and the hardest part of this climb he's almost through that. So when you're looking at as a climber, when you're looking at, okay, now I'm almost done with the hardest part of this. When you're almost done with the hardest part of this thing, is there a level of excitement that you're like almost in the home stretch?
I think you can allow yourself some level of excitement, but it's not over till it's over, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing about climbing is there can be multiple cruxes, actually.
No.
You can have,
Don't say that.
you can have a main crux, and then you can have a crux that kind of comes towards the end that results from fatigue. And so, I don't think the top will be easy. I think it's going to be physical as well.
No.
So he can allow himself some excitement for sure, a little encouragement, but then he's going to have to stay focused.
Alex said that the hardest discipline is not letting your brain arrive before your body does, because the moment that you sort of think, oh, I'm finished, then you stop climbing the way that you need to be successful. And he's successfully tackling the last of the bamboo boxes and what would be the last of the dragon. Let's check back in with Pete Woods, our play-by-play on how we think he's doing. What are you watching for right now, Pete?
Well, I'm watching it mostly I'm watching his feet. That every smear in the long windows, he has to smear twice. And there is a little bit of a slip every time because, as you guys were talking about earlier, there is no bite back. That steel, just no matter how good the boot rubber is, there's a little tiny slide. So he manages that by squeezing. You see that left foot there, as he steps up, it slides down. But he's moving really well. He's moving confidently. He's shifting that focus left and right around the corner. These little heel hooks, he's cleaning his hands. These tell me that he's in complete control at this point.
How about the heat? I mean, this is the warmest it's been this entire week that we've been here in Taipei. Is there any indication that the heat, the sun itself, might play a role in how he's climbing this thing, Pete?
I mean, I saw him when he sat down there. He rolled his pants up twice, which isn't going to do a lot to offset that heat, but the metal is going to get warmer, and that's going to make his hands sweat a little bit more. You might see him chalk up a little bit more, and you do see him every time he tucks that little heel hook on the edge, he wipes his hands on his pants. So that's something climbers are very, very used to. That wipe right there just gets a little bit of that surface moisture and oil and grease off, and a little bit chalk to get that dryness back together. He's managing it very, very well, but I mean, definitely, Seth, he's feeling the heat, and you would know when you get hot, you get tired.
Emily, I keep saying, I've hung out with you all week, so a micro shake. I keep saying sort of shake his hands out. What's he doing there?
Yeah, micro shake. He's taking a little brief rest. He's kind of like a flick of the wrist, shake of the hand. Maybe he's chalking up a little bit. That's going to help get a bit of blood flow back into his forearms.
Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Alex Honnold attempt to free solo. That means no ropes, no harnesses, no parachutes. Free solo, Taipei 101, nearly 1,700 feet. You know this building. It's been the main character in every skyline shot of this city. Fireworks and postcards and movies. It's a symbol of what humans can build, but today it's the villain. Alex is trying to conquer this villain. Can he do it as we get closer to the most arduous part of the climb? Well, I want to formally introduce you to certainly my children's favorite member of our team, Mark Rober. He makes science incredibly fun as the star of Crunch Labs, a show that you can see on Netflix. If you want your science unpredictable and wild and crazy, Mark Rober is your guy. And standing by right now on the observation deck is Mark with Alex's wife, Sonny.
Oh, 这一层里面超多人。
Okay, here's Alex. You can see him right here. We're on the 89th floor. Shh. We're trying to keep sort of a reverent hush so as not to break his concentration. Oh gosh.
哦，从里面拍直接拍到他衣服往上面飞。 这是最后一节花节啊！ Netflix 是直接从里面往外面拍。
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That just
I'm
that is
so
not
dumb.
something you feel like you're supposed to see. What did you guys think?
Oh yeah.
So I'm here with Tina.
牛
Now,
逼啊！
Tina, I heard when he was up here, you say,
My
"Oh my
communication
gosh,
may
I'm
be
gonna
dead,
puke."
but
And I quote,
Yeah,
this is freaking incredible.
"How are you feeling now?"
I'm going to throw up.
So Tina, you're actually a climber yourself. And
Hell, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but
what impresses you?
I can't hear you guys anymore. Maybe I got too high. But I'm so psyched.
Yeah.
I did get very pumped.
Jordan, one is
Honestly, climbing the last
It's
dragon, I was
mind
like,
mental. I think listening to
cool.
Tool has a little bit to do with that. We've also got Matt here. Now, Matt, you're a local here. You've lived in
哇，他坐在
years in America and part of the climbing community.
Yeah, I'm very active in the climbing community. I'm lucky to be part of this group.
All right. Well, we're throwing up to Alex here. I think he's taking a rest.
Yeah, Alex, can you hear me? Or are you too high up? It's L. Can you hear me, Alex?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear you now, and
1
I can
小
still
时
see you.
10分
That's so
You
cool.
can still see us.
We cannot see you.
No, we can't.
You are gone, sir.
You were up there, sir.
Let me get my knocks out.
I just heard you, Alex, and because I've spent time with you, I know that you saying I'm pumped is not a good thing necessarily. It doesn't mean you're amped. How are you feeling physically right now?
I'm good. I'm not tired for sure, but no, that felt great. That was I kind of tried to go slow and steady. I was like manage. Yeah, definitely.
What's
It's
going
tiring. It's a big building.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going through your mind?
底下
as
主
you're
持人
climbing
拿
this thing?
望远
What
镜往上
are
看
you，thinking about?
Honestly, I've been trying to just pace myself, slow and steady, nice and controlled, nice and smooth. It's quite windy. I don't know if you guys can tell, but especially on the corner where I'm climbing, it's like getting the brunt of the wind in places. So I'm just trying to like not get buffeted and just take my time, and to appreciate the view. I mean, look at all the people. Like, look at the whole thing. It's so crazy. The city is like, what a beautiful day in Taipei.
I was going to say, I mean, Alex, you've talked about it. Emily's talked about it. Free soloing is usually sort of a solitary sport. What's it been like literally climbing past people's faces while they take selfies with you and wave?
Yeah, it is very different than my usual free soloing experience, but you know what? It's cool. It's like we're all sharing this crazy experience together, especially all the people inside the building. I think a lot of these people work in these offices. I'm like, they'll probably never think of their window the same way. You know, they're like, oh, it's totally going to transform their experience in the building. I don't know. Yeah, it's cool to share this with everybody.
Well, it's certainly cool to watch you do it, but of course you've completed the bamboo boxes, which is the majority of the climb, and now you're coming up on the tower, which is arguably the hardest obstacle. When you sort of look at what's ahead for you between the overhangs and the rings and the spire, yeah, there he goes. He's taking a look up. What are you thinking of right now? What's your approach?
Yeah, just saying the same thing. I'll try to go slow and steady. I think the wind will probably be even more of a factor up here, but no, I feel okay. I'll just pace myself and try to have a good time.
Another question. Did you ever get your music back in your ears, my man?
I did get my music back in my head. I don't know how it's being controlled, but it does make me very happy.
Yes,
I'm having a great
you need
time.
the tunes, man. I feel you on that.
We want you to have everything
Yeah.
that you need to accomplish the last part of this climb because, again, and we know you've said this, Alex, you don't ever take your foot off the brakes when it comes to a climb. I know you don't look ahead and go, I got this thing in the bag, right? It's about full and total concentration.
Yeah, certainly every move matters. I will take my time and make sure I climb well. With that, I do feel like I should carry on. I'm going to keep going well. I'm all warmed up and psyched and ready.
All right, we're ready to watch you.
Get it. Get it, Alex.
Okay,
Let's go.
You guys on the top.
Let's go.
Bye, everybody on the observation.
Finish strong, dude.
Now I'm going to jump over the crane.
Now I'm going to jump over the crane. You know, totally normal. Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Skyscraper Live. Alex Honnold, the greatest free soloist in history, attempting to do something no one ever has. Summit Taipei 101 without ropes. He's completed huge obstacles, the slabs, the ruies, the bamboo boxes, and the dragons.
哇，他走这里的时候手没有扶哎。
Incredible.
Come on now.
But Now he's about to reach the most challenging part of the day. This is the section that we've all been so anxious about. It's called the tower, where he'll meet the first overhang. And earlier, I spoke with Alex and found out that to conquer those, it's going to take literally everything he's got.
Yeah, God. Suicide.
The overhangs. Alex's next big test
最后了，这是
comes
最
at
后
just
了。
over 1,400 feet. All right, so at this point, you've already climbed as tall as the Empire State Building, and now you're dealing with the overhangs. What's the biggest concern?
The challenge for the overhangs is that you're basically hanging your body weight from these big ledges.
What? Your legs and dangle.
Yeah, that you are literally dangling.
这个地方怎么
Okay, so show
抓
me
啊？
what exactly you're training for this part.
Things like a slightly more dynamic pull-up or something, just to have like, stuff like that.
It's a lot of thrust.
现在是
Upper body
主
strength
持
will
人
be
在
key in the
以前
overhangs.
就要爬以前访问 Alex 这里要怎么爬
Tap
的
out.
片段。
So again, like so many of the features of this building, the overhangs are functional. They serve a purpose, and today that purpose is to stop Alex before he reaches the ascent. Why, when you look at this, is this section so concerning, Emily?
It's concerning because it's the steepest part. It's steeper than all the
Never been
bamboo
more excited to
boxes.
climb over a security camera.
And actually, Alex told me that this move was one that he was the most worried about when he was sort of scouting the building.
哇，现场风
Because
超
it is
大
so，steep, and he actually realized that he could grab behind this security camera and reach out to the overhang above him.
Wow 他整个腾空了。
That was unbelievable. Did he do that the way you thought he was going to do that, Emily?
Yeah, he actually did. He did pretty much exactly what I thought he was going to do. Sometimes
爬得上去了
releasing
吗？
your feet is a more efficient way to move
No,
up the wall.
It's a scarier way to do it.
No, doing it in control is better than them kind of flying off uncontrollably. So if you can do them in control, tighten your core, get your feet up, it's much faster. It's a bit more efficient. And he's probably going to do it a few more times, I would guess. This section isn't as continuous as the bamboo boxes, but it is difficult because it's more steep in some places.
This is the technical slab climbing crux of the whole mountain.
Again, we are watching Alex Honnold attempt to free solo 101. It's the final leg of his journey, but you just heard him say, "Man, I am tired." Something he anticipated nonetheless. He's making his way up the tower. A few hundred feet away from glory, but no ability to let up just yet.
No, there's no time to. You can acknowledge that you're tired, but you're in the end game now. Everything that's happened before doesn't matter. All that matters is pushing forward to achieve greatness.
哇，转成
Ready for some campusing?
You just heard Alex say, ready to do some campusing. What does that mean,
哇，
Emily?
这里要怎么？
Campusing is he's about to climb without his feet. If he is going to indeed campus, here he
Oh
goes.
my goodness.
哇，他这里真的是引体向上哎！哇塞！哇！
This is incredible. After everything that he has done to get to this point,
哇！
it's unbelievable. Every superlative that you could come up with.
哇！
Wow.
漂亮啊！我的天啊！
Check another box.
James, do I do anything or just
He's-
play through?
He's made it to the 101st floor where he is now about to be greeted by our own Mark Rober, who's standing by. Mark?
Yeah, Alex is just coming up over the railing. He's going to keep going up. We're on the 101st floor. We're out of floors at this point. It's just 200 feet more to the top. You can see we're in a backwards hat protocol situation because the wind is crazy. The energy is palpable. I'm here with Sonny. Sonny, you got to be feeling kind of good at this point, right?
I don't want to celebrate too soon, but I am feeling a little bit of a sense of relief, kind of.
So am I. So am I. It's good. When he gets to the top, he's on the spire. What do you think he's going to be thinking?
Oh, he'll be so psyched. I think when it's done, that's when you can finally actually really take it all in and appreciate the moment and appreciate the place. And yeah, fingers crossed.
Okay, all right. We're going to let Sonny get to meeting him once he comes down off of the spire. And we're amped. We're pumped. I know I took the elevator to get up here, but I'm feeling it. We got this. Let's go. Back to you guys.
这怎么爬的？
Well, next up, as you see him standing there for Alex, are the rings. It's a section that he told me flat out was one of his biggest concerns. So these rings are not random. They're inspired by ancient Chinese coins. They're meant to symbolize prosperity, balance, protection, which when you think about it is sort of ironic, Seth, because for Alex, they're one of the trickiest parts of this climb.
Yeah, I mean, I know Mark was excited being up there. Oh, no.
哇，这是什么？
Emily, no! Why?
他用脚扣住啊 ！Netflix 画面拉得很近啊。
Emily. He's playing with our emotions at this point.
Yeah, a bit. He is. It didn't look secure, but it is quite secure.
But that
serves a purpose, the bat hang.
Yeah, that's a bit of a rest he just took.
And again, we are watching Alex. It's the final leg of this journey. This is called the Spire. And Emily, this ladder here is here because it's physically a bird can't even perch on this spire, so it's physically impossible to climb it. But let's not act like this ladder is any more secure.
No, actually, he told me the ladder is difficult. The ladder is super squirrely, moves around a lot, and probably in the wind makes it a bit more difficult even.
哇，没有跑到最上面不放弃哎。
Just these stunning and sweeping views of Taipei 101. We finally got great weather. It's been raining here all week. There's been multiple earthquakes all week long. We had to delay by a day, but Alex is so close to doing something that he's been dreaming of since he was a child. Emily, he talked to you about Taipei 101 when? When did it sort of first come into your purview that he wanted to do this?
I heard about it maybe 12 years ago that he wanted to climb this building and that he's always wanted to climb a skyscraper. So I'm feeling pretty lucky to be witnessing it right now.
It's history, man. It's history. As he goes up the side of this thing, look at these views. Look at the city. It looks like a postcard. It looks like there's this unreal. This is so beautiful. And we're witnessing history. So magical.
People asking Alex his motivation for wanting to climb a skyscraper without ropes live on television. He said, if you're given permission to climb a building, then you do it. He said as a child, he used to climb buildings, but then he became an adult and, well, it's illegal, and he didn't want to break the law. So given the opportunity to do this.
Undignified ladder climb of all time.
现在画面是直升机拍的画面。
A reminder, this journey's not done. This is the most difficult part of the climb. We just heard Emily say. It's a janky ladder at this. He is so tired. He told us 20 floors ago that he's pumped and that he's exhausted. If he wanted to, he would still have an opportunity to tap out right now, should he not want to continue this climb.
哦，现在从上往下爬。他不走旁边的梯子。 我靠！哎呦！哇塞！这假的哇！成功了啊
He's done it.
！1分31，不是1分啊，1小时31分钟。哇！1小时31分钟，41秒。哇，他直接正站着，什么意思？
Earpiece is disconnected, so I can't hear anybody. But I can still see your table, so Ellen, Emily, and Seth, you guys can hear me. I can still see you, and I'm so psyched. It's very windy up here.
It seems very windy. Alex, you have done it. You've done it. You've made history. This is something you've imagined your entire life, and now you're standing in it. What feelings are coming up, Alex?
Huh.
哇，在上面滑手机啊
Because 2026. Wow. Look at that.
Oh, I can hear you guys. Hold on,
Let's go.
let's go to the city. This is so cool. Okay, I'll put it away.
太夸张了。
Hi, Ellen. Company, I can't hear you guys, but if you can hear me, I'm so psyched. And you know what? Pretty tired, actually. The whole top of the building is pretty physical, and I was like, oh, my arms are starting to get tired. But it's so amazing.
Alex, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Alex? That's okay. We will be hearing from Alex as he makes his way back down the spire. You just saw a shot there of Sonny. But again, this is a lifelong dream that is realized. Alex Honnold is quite literally standing on top of the world.
Oh, I got emotional watching that final climb. I mean, I almost had tears in my eyes. There's something so inspiring about this. Everybody's going to remember where we were at the day Alex Honnold summited Taipei 101. It's really incredible.
How are you feeling? I'm seeing some emotion on your face right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's there.
I've got some tears.
Yeah.
I do have tears. I didn't quite know, but
experience.
here we are. Yeah, I'm pretty proud.
Amazing.
Proud to know him.
What emotions are coming up for you right now? Why the emotions?
Oh, I'm so relieved. I think a lot of us are pretty nervous about this, and yeah, it's really cool. It's been amazing to be a part of it, and I think the sport of climbing is really proud of him, and yeah, I'm proud to know him.
Wow.
Sometimes you just gotta clear some things out of the way, you know? Again, if you're just joining us, why? You just missed an epic climb. Alex Honnold free soloing Taipei 101, completing the highest ever urban free solo, the culmination of a life's dream. It's so hard too when you think about the arc of Alex, right? He's doing this as a father now. He's 40. A different life and a different era in his life since he did free solo. And most importantly, when he did free solo, he didn't have Sonny standing there waiting for him to come down. He does today. Mark Rober is with her as she waits for her husband. Mark?
I'm
out of goosebumps. I mean, I was emotional as well, seeing that just one of our fellow species just accomplish something that's just so incredible, right? That is like once in a generational talent that we got to witness here today. This is really, really special. So cool.
It really is. Mark, thank you so much for bringing the science into all of this, all of the different obstacles and challenges, not only from the building, but from the weather. We didn't get an earthquake, which was great. We were able to hold off with the precipitation. And now Alex, they're laughing.
有穿那个。
I think this man has earned a harness and maybe a little bit of a boost down, right? Like someone asked me, they're like, well, how's he going to get off the building? I'm like, we're going to make him descend it too. We're not. He is going to take an elevator and work his way down. Well, he'll be greeted there by Sonny. But again, just an absolutely incredible and epic climb there from Alex Honnold.
So if there's any reason I shouldn't start rappelling, somebody tell me right now. There you go.
Yeah, Emily, how do you feel now that he's got a rope in his hand?
Oh, I'm so stoked right now. It all just went so perfectly, and I'm so happy.
Wow.
I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for everyone.
Wow, it's windy.
风太大了啦。
You're watching Alex do another incredible feat. How would this compare to some of the greatest moments that you've had in your career?
Yeah, I mean, I've been so fortunate to be able to experience so many things in my profession, travel the world, wrestle in front of incredible crowds, see amazing athletes and athletic feats and people accomplish incredible things. This is one of one. There's nothing like it. It may not ever be replicated. And certainly, you know, it's the first time it's ever happened. So to be able to be here on the edge of history, to watch Alex make history as he comes down the side of this thing, it's really something special. Like I said,
trying to repel this in a dignified manner.
There's an emotional attribute. There's something about this that's so primal and so visceral, a feeling that you get watching somebody accomplish a lifelong dream, and not just any dream, but a dream of standing on top of the world. I mean, it's really something incredible.
The mastery of his sport. And, you know, I joked with him, Emily, when I visited his home. I said, if you're the Michael Jordan of free soloing, then maybe you're the Yoda of humility, because he will always downplay his accomplishments. But can you put into perspective what he means to the climbing world?
哇，太帅了！哇，这里底下人全部都扣着安全绳了。哎，他跟他老婆拥抱。
Was it really hot?
Yeah, it was great.
Was it? I was worried you were too hot the whole time.
I was hot a little bit, and then
I was worried that it was too windy.
It was very windy.
We came out on the lower level, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so windy."
Oh, it's so great though. So
Yay! Nice work. You look good again.
I felt good.
Give me a tissue.
I have no idea how long that was.
You were fast.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Please rest. Please
Well, it's
stop."
funny, I thought I was going pretty slow.
No,
It's like-
you were fast.
Oh, good.
I was basically having a panic attack the entire
I know, I
time.
felt like I was being really chill. I was trying to wave to people.
But then I was worried when you were like, I was like, "Did you clean your shoes enough? Did you
I
clean
cleaned my
your
shoes like 3 times. I cleaned my fingers a bunch of times. I felt great.
Yay!
Yeah, so good.
You did great.
Yeah.
It was
Honestly,
awesome.
on the last dragon, I was like, I'm gonna miss the dragons. It's like so cool.
I'm not gonna miss the dragon.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Of course, should we go down? Or we
Yeah,
just
let's wrap
take
the
it-
building together.
Yeah, let's just.
Good.
Okay. So exciting.
I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah.
Good job. You're so calm.
Oh, this is. Good job. Okay, we're gonna leave me down.
Alex in the last.
Let's get in the elevator.
Yeah, how do we get in the elevator?
I'll lead the way. I've got the stairs and the elevators really
Yeah,
dialed.
show me the stairs.
Alex, thank you so much. If I told you that I had a box of chocolate dumplings waiting for you down here, how quick do you think you could get down? I can tell you right now, quite
Hey,
quick.
nice job on the rope. I was like, that was the smooth for high winds,
yeah,
easy.
let's
I was
take
like,
a photo.
let's take a picture of her.
Can I unclip? No.
You got to take advantage
I
of the
think
view. You got to get the photos while you're up there.
Let me do my
Step over here.
Well, I think I'm supposed to be clipped in.
No, I know. You stick over here, turn this way. Look at this. You're getting the sun, baby.
I can't see anything.
It's awesome.
Oh, wait. We should say hi to the kids.
Oh,
Hey, Summer.
they're not watching.
I know, but
They're
still.
Hi, babies. Yeah, they're not watching.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, I'm gonna get
Hit the squad.
friends.
He's in the heroes.
In the helicopter, heck yeah.
can you stand with them, Alex?
Okay.
Everyone say Taipei 101! Yeah!
All right, let's go downstairs. Huh?
You heard Alex and Sonny shout out their daughters,
My team.
Junie and Alice, and well, they're not
so
quite 4 and 2 yet, so maybe they don't understand what they just witnessed from their father, should they be watching. But alas, the rest of the world does. It was absolutely incredible, and there you have it, friends. Against gravity, fatigue,
Well,
and
then you got that
everything
slant
that nature threw at him, Alex Honnold prevailed, and a lifelong dream now sits beneath his feet. This was a once-in-a-generation moment, and we all witnessed it together in real time. And we asked this question all day. Why would somebody do this? Maybe the answer isn't about climbing at all. Most of us will never scale a skyscraper, but we all know what it feels like to face something that seems impossible. And what Alex showed us today is that preparation, presence, and belief can carry you farther than fear ever will. On behalf of Seth, Emily, Pete, Mark, our entire crew, everybody here from Taipei 101, and the amazing people that came to cheer Alex on, we say thank you so much to everyone that watched around the world. Good night from the shadow, and now the summit of a conquered Taipei 101. Goodbye, and go Alex. Let's go!
成功啦！Nice 啊 ，Alex，帅哦！各位再见。